Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farda Hidayatul Rusdiah and I'm from Chemistry Class A. Today I will present with the title Abbasid Dynasty. The first part is founding of the Abbasid dynasty. The Abbasid dynasty was the dynasty that continued the power of the Muawiyah dynasty, with the founders and leaders of the Abbasid dynasty being descendants of Al-Abbas, the uncle of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. The first battle between the Umayyads and the Abbasids occurred in Khurasan. In this clash, Abu Muslim defeated Nashar bin Siyar and gained many followers. Al-Safah sent troops to oppose the Umayyads in 132 Hijriah to coincide with 11 Jumadil Akhir. This was the destruction of the Umayyads because these troops succeeded in destroying the Umayyads, so that the government passed into the hands of the Abbasids, except for the Andalusia region. And the second is the pattern of government of the Abbasid dynasty. 1. Central government structure. Abbasid government was based on a hierarchy structure with Caliph as the highest authority. The Caliph, there are officials important such as ministers who were responsible for administration and state finance, as well as the Qadi al-Qudat or supreme judge who is tasked with enforcing Islamic law. 2. Regional administrative system. The Caliphate's territory was divided into governed provinces by the governor or guardian. These governors are responsible for administration, security, and tax collection in their respective territories each. 3. Bourarchy and Consultative Council. The Abbasid bourarchy included various departments that administrated in administrative, financial, military, and justice matters. Caliph often consulted with the Majlis al-Shura, a consultative council consisting of from ulama, government officials, and community figures who provided advice on important decisions. 4. Financial and tax management. The Abbasid government collected taxes from the population for finance, administration, and public projects. This tax includes zakat or religious tax, jizyah or tax from non-Muslims living in the region Islam, and khums or tax from war proceeds. And 5. The influence of religion in government. Islam played a central role in Abbasid rule. Besides implementing Islamic law, the government also built institution, education, and religion to support and promote teaching Islam. And the third is territorial expansion of the Abbasid dynasty. The most famous capital cities during the early Abbasid era were the city of Samarra and the city of Kufa. At a time when Baghdad had not yet been built, the Abbasids were dubbed the center of government. The Abbasids did not consider the city of Hira as a place to settle. They are there because of an urge. Khalid al-Mansur succeeded in building a new city, where the condition of the city was very good and supportive, such as wine and air coming directly from nature and at the same time being able to fortify enemies who would attack. The city of Rusafah is located on the eastern side of the city of Baghdad. According to Ibnu Tahseibah's narrative, Rusafah was built by Caliph al-Mansur as a residence for his son, al-Mahdi, and a number of soldiers. One of the reasons for this construction was to facilitate the rapid delivery of aid in the event of an accident with soldiers in the city of Baghdad. The construction of this city was carried out based on recommendation from a relative of Caliph al-Mansur. Then the fourth is Islamic civilization during the Abbasid dynasty. During the Abbasid era, Islamic civilization and culture developed to glory. Some progress in various aspects of life can be described as follows. 1. Government management. Organized administrative system under the Abbasid dynasty, the state administration system became more organized and complex compared with previous times, especially compared with the past glory of the Umayyad Caliphate. And also the Caliphate bureaucratic system Abbasids who developed a more sophisticated bureaucratic system with a more complicated structure than before. This includes formation special departments to handle various aspects government, such as finance, justice, and military. Apart from that, Al-Mahdi as a board of correspondence or Dewan al-Taqwi created a supervisory office or Dewan al-Zimani to carry out the processes and technicians of the Daulah government Abbasid, where the function of the supervisory office is to handle its various official letters, important political files, government and decrees, the caliphate, the complements board, and the police and postal departments. 2. Military organization structure. The caliphate, as the supreme leader, is the head of state and supreme leader. The caliph has absolute power over the military. He commands the main forces and set military strategy. Under the caliph, there was an army commander or Amir al-Juyush who was responsible for management of troops and military operation. They can come from family members, caliphs, or people appointed on the basis of military expertise and achievements they. The military forces of the Abbasid dynasty consisted of various units, including infantry, cavalry, and special forces such as the caliph's personal guard. Every unit have specific duties and responsibilities in protecting interests and caliphate territory. Recruitment for the Abbasid military forces was very diverse, including Arab tribes, mercenaries, and non-Arabs who converted to Islam. Tribes Arabs played an important role in the military system because of their war tradition, strong and skilled in battle. And the last is decline of the Abbasid dynasty. The Abbasids experienced glory only in the first period. The vast territory made the Abbasid Caliphate and their extended families and other officials resplendent in wealth, which gave to them luxury lifestyle. Not only that, the addition of ports connected between the eastern and western world meant that the Abbasid dynasty had abundant tax revenues and processing industries and also very fertile land. However, the weakening of the caliphs made conditions worse, where they were under the influence of their bodyguards consisting of Turkish people who controlled the situation. In 656 Hijriah or 1258 AD, the Mongol troops destroyed Baghdad, and that was the end of the power of the Abbasid dynasty. 200,000 Mongol army troops led by Hulagu Khan had arrived at one of the gates of Baghdad. This made it very difficult for the last rule of Bani Abbas, namely Caliph al-Mustashim, to stem Hulagu Khan's military typhoon attacks. That's all my presentation. I'm sorry for any mistakes. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.